Performance tasks should be abolished. Hot take, I know, but hear me out. First, some background. DEPA implemented performance tasks in 2012, along with the K-12 program. These tasks take up 40 to 60% of a student's grade, and they are designed to assess students' understanding and application of knowledge in real-world context. Take note, real-world context. But is that actually happening in most schools? Based on what I've seen from 11 years of education, performance tasks often deviate from this objective, and I'm sure that you can relate. I'll give you 2 examples. First, in 8th grade science, we were graded based on whether or not we had complete notes. Not an experiment, not an essay, just notes. We could copy from the book, or copy directly from the teacher's slides, without understanding a thing. Even students who are naturally good at science were penalized for not needing to take notes. It made no sense. Another science task was to make a diorama of lungs. All we had to do was follow simple instructions and glue stuff together. No critical thinking, no comprehension, no science. And that was 40% of our science grade? That's insane. But it gets worse. Other than being straight up irrelevant, another thing that I hate about performance tasks is that they're too easy. Nicole, are you against the idea of students passing with minimal effort? Honestly, yes. Because why else do you think that Filipino students are passing without understanding? Why else do you think that Filipino students forget everything that they learn after exams, if they even learn anything at all? Why else do you think that it's so easy to become an honor student, even without understanding basic fundamentals of math, science, and English? It's because 2 to 3/5 of their brain is something that they can do without being challenged to remember, to comprehend, or to apply the material. And let's not ignore the obvious. Performance tasks are cheatable. Since most are take-home, students can ask someone else to do them, pay for them, or just copy-paste AI-generated answers. So you're telling me that you're okay with 40% of the student's grade coming from something that they didn't even do? Well, I'm not. Another thing that I hate about performance tasks is the mindset that students have revolved around it. I cannot count the number of times I've heard people say that they won't study for quizzes because, anyway, the performance task will help them pass. The performance task that is too easy, that can be cheated on, and that does not accurately gauge their mastery of the material. I hate Filipino mindset of, oh, inalam ko sa performance task. I may be the only one bold enough to say it aloud, but students, no. They know what they're doing. They know that these performance tasks are inaccurate. They love it. They feed off of it. They slack off the rest of their grade and refuse to learn the material because they know for a fact that they will pass anyway, thanks to these performance tasks. Whether you're a student or a teacher watching this, you cannot deny it. This is a system that rewards dishonesty, incompetence, and laziness. So, what can we do? Ideally, we just abolish performance tasks altogether. But realistically, that won't be easy. This system has been around for over a decade. So if I were the Secretary of Education, I'd just change how we design them. Here's how. Performance tasks must be relevant. They must align directly with subject competencies. If a student doesn't understand the topic, they shouldn't be able to complete the task. 2, time-bound. Like exams, they should be done within a reasonable, fixed period. Ideally, in class. No dragging it over a week for a task that just takes 30 minutes. 3, proctored. Performance tasks should be done in a monitored classroom setting, not at home. This prevents cheating and ensures students actually understand what they're doing. Now, think about those 3 traits. Doesn't that sound familiar? Yes, it sounds like a periodical test. And maybe that's the point. If a performance task is supposed to assess knowledge just like a periodic test, why not design it in a similar way? We don't need 2 separate systems when one of them already works fine. Of course, I know how hard it would be to enforce this. Even if DEPA agrees, it's still the teachers who decide what tasks is assigned, and there are already so many inconsistencies in how subjects are taught. Asking for uniform performance tasks is a lot harder. So why not just remove them altogether? Without performance tasks, we eliminate cheating, laziness, and the unrealistic pressure of having one task define your grade. Why must so much of a student's future depend on a single overhyped assignment? Why can't grades reflect consistent effort over time, not just one flashy submission? Anyway, thank you for listening to my rant. Comment your thoughts below, and if you agree with me, share this. Let's start a conversation about education in the Philippines desperately needs.